My name's Eddie. I've been playing poker for about a year, just long enough to know how little I actually know. I'm here to learn fast or burn chips trying.
And I'm Ryan. I'm a professional poker dealer who's been playing the game for over 20 years. I've seen every type of player, from stone cold killers to total disasters. And now I'm putting Eddie to the test.
In my quest to level up, Ryan's going to throw every style at me. The tag, the lag, the maniac, the whale, and more. Each episode will run 5 hands and break down the strategy, player types, position, and mindset behind every move.
This isn't just poker. This is a battlefield of brains and bluffs.
So join us for The Tilt Factor. Under the gun +1 with ace-2 of clubs. It is 2 to call, not 3. So what do I do with this in this position here? I raised to 10.
I like the play style a little bit. You're not afraid to mix it up. Suited ace, fine. You got to be prone to, if you get re-raised, to potentially lay it down, just because you have to flop really strong to continue with it. If you hit an ace, you don't love it.
Because
if you hit a 2, you don't love it.
Yeah.
So you really just need to flop a wheel or a pair and a flush draw for it to be something you want to keep going with.
Right, so folds around after the maniac bets to 40. He raises to 40.
And you call. Now, because it's the maniac, I understand.
That's what,
I understand, taking shots, because he could be doing that with, 6-7 suited or king 10, and you can still be ahead with the ace at that point. Let's see how this plays out. You got little over $80 in the pot. Flop comes up, and it's pretty much as gin of a situation as you want. You check with the nut flush draw. Maniac overbets the pot. Now, this is part of what makes Maniac a little bit crazy, is you've never seen that before, at least in the previous, orbit of hands. Now, he bet 110, you called 110. So think about what he would have been overbetting the pot with right there. Now, sometimes I could even see, and I'll see amateur players do this too, in addition to maniac players, where they're overbet with something like pocket jacks, where that king is a scary card, but they also just want to take it down right now, and since you check, they see that as weakness, and so they don't want to bet small and let you kind of stay in there, so they'll even overbet over the pot.
Right.
So I think that's a randomized bet that he's making that is making you guess, what could he be doing that with?
Right.
Now, calling with the flush draw is good. There's a couple of different approaches. Same thing. You could have let out with the flush draw, and if you get raised, you can call, and it doesn't look like you have a flush draw.
Gotcha.
At times, so you could have let out for
It looks like I hit it. It looks
$30. You have a king.
Yeah, exactly.
$30, and that connected strong. And if he raises you there,
you call with the nut flush draw.
You can still call, and that could still signify you have a king.
Right.
Not the flush draw that you have.
Right.
Check calling looks like a flush draw call. Either queen jack or you have a club draw.
Gotcha.
From my perspective, if I'm playing as the maniac right now, that's the thing I'm putting him on. So I'm thinking in my head, no ace, no 9, no club, and I'm good. And I'll just bet really strong, since I've already built up the pot to the point where now it's $300.
Right.
As long as there's no ace, 9, or club, I'm jamming pretty strong, because I don't think you have a strong king.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see what the turn brings. 8 of spades.
Safe card for the maniac.
Totally.
From his perspective right now, I'm just waiting to see what you do.
Yeah, I think this is the hand I fucked on the river.
No, you check. Yeah.
I think this is the hand I bluffed the river.
You bluffed the river, yeah.
And I fucked.
So you check, I check back, because you know what?
Why did I bluff this? I didn't represent any. There was nothing there for me to say.
I checked back because there's a possibility you could have had a strong king, and we're just playing it more passively. But as soon as you check back the turn,
what am I saying I have?
You don't have strong king.
Correct. Exactly.
At all. And you're not going to bet the river with your strong king. You'd rather check call, right? Bluff catching. You've got equity. So, you've got strength enough in your hand that you can check call a bluff from me.
Yeah, the moment...
And catch my bluff. So, when you check the turn, all right, he doesn't have a king. So, he either was open-ended or he had a club draw. So, When you start taking a little time, now you're starting to count out some chips. Me as the maniac, I'm just waiting to snap call you, right?
Snap. And you, like, my chips couldn't hit the table fast enough.
So you're counting out a big size bet, right around almost pot, or like, just
like 260 or something like that.
Yeah. Call.
And you just, chip straight in the pot. Like, and the moment I threw the bet out, I knew I was making a mistake. Like, why did I fuck? Like, because what am I really representing here? Like, nothing. I'm not representing shit. Like,
yeah, I think
the flush didn't get there. No.
The common misconception
got there.
Is that,
the board's not paired.
Beginning players
I didn't get,
aren't thinking about how would the other player be analyzing my hand based upon what I'm betting.
What I'm doing, right.
What I'm doing. They're thinking about their hand and how it connects with the board. And sometimes not even the next level, which is how much am I betting to protect my hand? Which is why the fish is always betting like small amounts, right? $10, $15, $20 into massive pots of like $200, $300 or more. They're still only betting $20 because they just don't have that concept of how much they should be betting to protect their hand.
Right.
So that's something to take into consideration. See this hand right here.
All right, so I'm
under the gun with pocket fours.
Yep. All right, here we go. I'm first to act.
Now, you chose the limp option here.
I did.
Which is okay. I mean,
knowing I have a maniac in the room.
You have a maniac and you're willing to call, just keep in mind that it really
screams weakness.
It screams weakness, number one, but if you're limp calling a raise, that's kind of the type of hand that the maniac or the lag player is going to put you on.
Gotcha.
They're going to put you on a pocket pair looking the set line.
Gotcha.
You're doing one of two things. If you're either limp folding, limp calling, or limp raising, right? Those are your three options, right? If you're limp folding, like, I wouldn't even play the hand because it's not worth, especially with players on the table that are prone to raising quite often. Mm-hmm. You're just wasting money.
Gotcha.
So you should only be limping with the intent to either call or raise. So, and if you're just calling, that's kind of the type of hand that it screams, which is like a mid to small pocket pair, or maybe even some Broadway hands, so like King Jack, King 10, that kind of thing.
So under the gun here, with pocket fours, if I choose to play this hand, you would have maybe bet like maybe 8, 10 or something like that?
Yes, you could even do 6 too. There's nothing wrong with it being small. I mean, you're trying to represent a little bit of strength too. You don't want to look super passive and weak. So even $6 is fine. 6, 7, 8, that's fine. If your stack's a little bit bigger, you're sitting with $600-$700 or something, 10's fine.
Okay.
It shows a little bit of strength.
So under the gun with the small pocket pair.
Just keep in mind, if you do that, you got to be prepared that if you get raised, you got to determine what you're going to do with it. So if you're going to call, and obviously more often than not, you're going to be first action. So you're going to have to come up with that game plan of what you do if you flop a set or if you brick.
Gotcha.
And if you're calling a raise to like $40 or $50 and you brick, then you kind of almost consider like I just dusted off $40 or $50.
Exactly.
So you chose the limp option, which is okay based upon players that are out there. It folds all the way around to maniac. Maniac folds. Fish calls $2 because hey, he's got 2 cards. And that's kind of the fishing motto. Is like, I got 2 cards, or maybe I can, catch some kind of a straight or 2 pair or something.
The nit checks. Well, obviously, because he's big blind, so he gets to see free cards now.
Yeah, small blind whale. He's got a suited jack, so it's only $1 more. He doesn't care. And the nit, who's already in for 2, would have probably folded if he wasn't paying attention.
Right.
But he's got $2 in, so he's obviously checking. If he was the small blind, he would have folded for $1. So it went check. You let out for 10, essentially pot size bet. Nobody hit anything. So
now folded.
Based on pot size with that specific hand, like I might have maybe bet like 5 or 6.
Okay.
If somebody has something.
Oh, because the pot was only what, $7, $10? Yeah, I see.
$8. I'm like, you're betting like a full pot size bet. You know,
even
what I mean?
at just $10, it's
and
too
you
much.
flopped a set.
Right.
Like, why are you scaring everyone off?
Just let it.
The pot's so small right now.
Let them build it.
I would have even preferred you checked.
Right.
Wait to see. You had you had another player behind you. Maybe the fish wants to throw something at it. You can check raise it, or you can check call and get to a turn card. You scared everybody off way too early with
Gotcha.
that. It's so hard to flop a set that when you do it, you kind of want to maximize how much money you make on it. And so that means playing a little bit slower. Looking at your position, you're the big blind right now. Jack 8 suited. You got the tag player calling with Queen 10 off. Now, Queen 10 off, I think the tag player in most cases is not raising that hand from that position. And he didn't raise, so that gave some information to Maniac, which is why he raised to 20, where he maybe would have raised to maybe like 12 or 15,
Gotcha.
But because he limped and saw like an unusual play from tag, he wants to force him to fold or kind of punish. So that's why
gotcha.
he's making it a little bit more than he normally would have, which would have been like 15 with the Maniac having that hand. So
Gotcha.
And he's got a big stack, so he's playing a little bit of everything and playing off a feeling.
Right.
You call from the small blind because it's the Maniac. I think if it's a tag player raising a 20 and you're on the big blind, you're folding.
Right.
Should worry you a little bit that the tag player to your left limp called 20. So just keep that in mind. So you really need good texture with Jack 8 suited.
Right.
To commence forward. If you flop, like the flop is 8 high, I'm not loving it.
Right.
Just so you know, like you need a combo draw kind of a situation. So you're gonna want like an 8 with a flush draw, a jack with a flush draw. You're gonna want a double gut.
9-10 or something like that.
9-10.
Like,
You're gonna want a double gut, so you're gonna need some. Maybe you flop trip 8s or something. So you're really gonna need to connect pretty good,
right,
in order to move
to
forward.
continue. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Flop comes. 8
So,
Jack Ace.
Bottom 2, you'll see Logan has a double gut, so a king or a 9 makes a straight, and you got Big Rick in there with middle pair. So you check, Logan checks, you got Maniac betting 35, just repping an ace because he made it 20 pre.
Right.
Now it's coming to you, and you call the 35. My opinion here, I would have liked the raise. I would have liked the check raise.
Okay, so instead of calling, I should have raised here.
I like the raise there because a lot of scary cards can come on the turn that can just have you
that ruin my hand.
Like you have no idea where you're at. Remember, it's all about gaining information, and you got some information by checking and sawing what happened. So you checked, tag checked, showing some weakness, and then you got Maniac betting. Okay, cool. So Maniac either has some kind of a draw or like probably a single pair. Right. So now I want to find out how strong he is. So that's why I'm check raising in that position.
Gotcha.
Right. I kind of saw what everybody else did. I saw what Tag did, and so I would have raised. So you bet 35. I would have made it like 110, 120.
Okay.
Just a 4x kind of a raise. See where he's at. Now if he has like any kind of an ace 10, an ace 6 or whatever, he may call, but he may also fold. But at least that way I can take down, a nice sized, little pot. So you just flat, which looks weak, which isn't horrible, right?
Gotcha.
And next thing you know, Tag decides to try to exploit some of that weakness, and looks like he raises.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tag raises. Yep, you're absolutely right.
So he check raised to 125. You saw Maniac went out, so obviously he didn't really have anything. Now it comes to you at this point. Now,
I call.
That should be reasonably scary.
Right.
He, because he limp called 20, keep that in mind.
Well, he's not doing that with aces, right?
No,
I mean,
but he could be doing that with ace 8, maybe pocket 8s, which is another concern. But because you have blockers with having an 8 in your hand, pocket 8s isn't likely. Aces is not likely.
Neither is pocket jacks.
Jacks is not likely, right? So
that's why
the only theoretical possibility would be maybe like an ace 8 suited, which has you pretty much dead to 2 jacks.
Yep.
So not too likely right there. I mean, it's not a good feeling in your stomach that
Yes.
he pumped it up to 125.
Right.
So let's see what happens on
It
the
definitely
turn.
got me started making me start thinking for sure.
So turn card comes, and it's a total brick. So at this point, you decide to jam into the guy who check raised 125. Now, if he's got ace 8
I'm fucked.
or ace jack,
Yeah.
which is a possibility,
That's
limping,
for sure.
you're totally dead. So I think you kind of got to come to the determination of, like, if you had check raised that flop, he doesn't make that move with that hand.
Right.
Now, you don't know that at the time, but, like,
Right. On that street, had I shown that strength, he's not check raising
he's
there.
gone, maniac's gone, and you take it down. Now, it ended up working out because he was semi-bluffing with a double gut shot. But, like, more often than not, that tag player making that check raise
Should have
has
shown
you.
me some sort
Oh,
of...
it has you. He's got you. Like, he's got ace 8 or ace jack.
Even with me having bottom 2.
Yeah, I think it,
See, like for me, my thought process there is you can't always be afraid of monsters under the bed. You know, when you flop 2 pair like that, like
sure, but it depends on the person that's coming.
and
from.
but you're absolutely right. That was definitely something that made me take some pause. And then I had to have that thought on myself, like, okay, like what does he have here? Like he didn't have aces because he's not the one who went pre-flop. You know, so I kind of went
You
through
didn't re-raise pre-flop, that's right.
Right, so I just went through the process of like,
Right.
you know, I started deducing like what he could have.
There's
you know?
literally only 2 hands in theory that he would have
Ace
that
8,
have
ace
you beat.
jack.
Ace 8 or ace jack.
Right.
In that scenario, with a very, very slim percentage that he's got pocket 8s.
Right. So I just
Pocket 8s or jacks. I mean, that's very, very slim. So it's one of the 2 hands, ace 8 or ace jack. Or if you think he's making a move with some other hand, like maybe he's got ace queen and he played it slow.
So what
which is also an option because I see ace queen in that spot there.
Okay.
Ace queen or ace 10. And he sees the maniac bet a C bet, like maniac almost always bets a C bet, and you just flat, so you're not really super strong.
Right.
I could see him doing that with ace queen or ace 10.
Okay.
In which case, if he's got that, why jam into him when he check raised it? So I would have checked the turn, wait, and then ship on him, ship all in.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So he's either got you beat or he doesn't.
So check the turn.
If he doesn't have you beat, that could scare him off by jamming into him. Let him continue to bluff, or if he's got an ace, you know, ace 10 or ace queen, let him jam. You have the best hand. Can't be worried about like whether or not he's gonna suck out on you.
Actually get paid there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get the rest of your chips paid there. I mean, unless you just want to take down the pot right there
No,
on the turn.
I felt like I was best.
Yeah.
Throughout that hand.
Yeah.
You're right. I should have got paid there. I should
mean,
have.
he showed the aggression, and he would have bet. Like me acting as him after you called.
It's rainbow board. There's no straights.
I still would have represented it, and I still would have bet there. Tight, aggressive. That's the aggressive part of it.
Okay.
So if you checked, I'm putting you all in. Or maybe he checks back, and then you can bet half your stack if it's another brick. Depending on what the river is.
Depending on what the river is.
Yeah.
And a check back would have definitely told me I was good there.
Yeah. Check back would have said that he's drawing or he had weakness. He was a little scared when you called the 125.
Right. Action is starting to happen. The lag is first to act.
Yeah.
And I have a terrible hand here, as you see in the
Lag folds.
big blind.
folds.
I'm in the big blind.
This may be a nothing
Small
hand,
blind. Big blind. What?
as most poker hands are. Nothing type of hand.
Oh, I'm in a small blind, yeah.
Nick calls on the button with a weak ace. You got the whale calling with,
We all limped
they
in.
both have king 8, both the fish and the whale, just because they have 2 cards.
Right.
And it's cheap.
It is obviously a hand I would normally just fold pre-flop in general, but I caught a cheap flop, so I wanted to see it, but I
Pulls around, the nit bets, no action for nits, which obviously
action
shows that
for
he's got an
nits.
ace. No surprise there. He's not doing it with a 2.
Right.
He's not doing it with a jack. He would have checked back a jack, just hoping that it was good. You're on the button now with ace 10 of hearts. Maniac was 7-4 suited, who's first action. You got the fish with ace king. See how the fish plays. That'll be an interesting dynamic. Whale's got a suited queen. The nit has a suited jack. So, all right, 7-4 suited makes it 20 from under the gun position. Hard to put that type of player on any 2 cards just because they're raising everything. They're calling re-raises with everything and anything. Let's see.
So every time I came up against the maniac.
You got the fish just calling with ace king, which is pretty kind of standard. Like they're they're kind of afraid to re-raise
there.
anything, even with kings and aces, which would be, sometimes you'll see it be like, wait, you only called $20 pre-flop with aces? Like, you didn't re-raise it at all? And it's just because they just don't know better at times. They like it. They think it's a good hand. They play it, and they're calling with it. And you just really get surprised when it comes to showdown and they flip over aces. I'm like, how? Why? Why did you not raise at any point in the hand?
I know.
Because they just don't know better. So same thing with ace-king. Whale, it's only $20, and he came to play, so he's calling $20. They're suited after all.
Yep.
And the flop's going to come up. See, and you called on the button.
So on the button here with ace-10 suited, do you think that a 3-bet would have been in order here to isolate more?
I don't mind it.
No?
I don't mind it at all.
I think I should have too.
I think making it 70,
okay,
I would have been good with.
Okay.
70, 75, maybe even 80.
Okay.
Find out who's serious.
All right.
And then from there, you kind of play the hand dynamically based on who calls with what. I think if you made it 80, maybe you get the maniac to call, you get the fish to call. Whale maybe calls with odds anyway, so you're still 4-way, but you still have the button, and you've boosted up the pot.
Yeah.
So now you can make it expensive if you do connect.
Right.
Flop comes up. You don't have anything except for backdoors, right? Backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. And
pretty much missed the whole thing.
Yeah. Rick checks, fish checks, and whale checks. And it comes to you, and you decide to check.
On the button.
On the button.
The moment I do that.
On the button.
I remember telling you that. The moment I checked, I said, fuck, what an idiot.
All the weakness.
Yes, and I decided to still show my own weakness.
And you gave a free card.
Exactly.
You gained zero information.
Yep.
You could have thrown out $25 into that pot of 80 to see what anybody had, if they had anything, and you would have gotten the whale to fold.
Yep.
Where maybe instead of it being the 6 of clubs, which we can see now, maybe he would have caught a queen, which would have given you a straight draw, or a 5, So, but you didn't. So now we got a turn card. And
for free, everybody gets the same free card.
For free, and now you're going to see the hand play out from here.
All right, so huge mistake.
Yeah, and what happens now? The maniac saw a whole bunch of weakness. Especially the guy on the button. And throws out pot-sized bet.
Yep.
80. Nobody has anything, so not even really analyzing, ace-king folds, everybody folds, comes around to you, and you can do nothing but fold right there, which is you have no idea what he has.
Yep.
He could add 3-6 and turn 2 pair.
Yep.
Or what he had there, which was just a gut shot straight
Nothing.
draw.
And you showed it to me too.
You can't call with ace-10 there, and you don't want to raise with ace-10 there, so you're just stuck in a spot.
I needed to bet when it came to me on the button.
A couple of options, 3-betting pre-flop, isolating it, trying to find out who's serious, and then the other option is if you didn't do that and you just flatted because you just wanted to see a flop having the button, is betting the flop, seeing who has what. You know what I mean? It's a dry board. Look, Jack, 3, 9, rainbow. There aren't flush draws really to be scared about, or straight draws really to be scared about.
Yep.
Get some information. So
absolutely.
I think you needed to bet that.
Even just a quarter-size pot bet there would have been
$40, $30. Fucking find out.
$25.
The maniac would have folded. Maybe you get the fish to call, but it shows nothing but weakness.
Yeah,
there.
and then I can exploit that
still
later.
Exploiting it on the
streets.
turn.
Yep.
Which the turn is a 6, and he's going to check again, and then you fire at it again, 130,
this time,
and he folds.